Hi everyone, it's Alexandra Larson, and for my district profile, I chose Saugus Union School District. One, because this is the district that I grew up going to, and it is also the district that I just currently started working for. So I thought it would be interesting to get a little bit more information than I thought I already knew about this district. First, the superintendent is Joan Lucid, and she is actually retiring at the end of this year after 7 years as a superintendent. She was great. Before that, she was a teacher, and then a principal, and then the assistant superintendent. So she had a lot of experience in this district. I put this quote up on here because I just thought it was a really great indication of how she supports the district and the staff and the students. It says all schools emphasize a special focus that enriches each of our communities and make our Saugus district an amazing school choice in your neighborhood. As for the board members, there are 5 board members on the Saugus Union board, all of which were active members and leaders in many school organizations prior to being um, added as a board member, in including PTAs and PACs. They also have children, all of them have children that were either alumni in this district or still have children that are currently attending some of the schools. So the first member I'm going to talk about is Christopher Trunke. This is the man that you see pictured here. He is the president, and he's been on the board since 2014. This next person pictured is Paul de la Cerda. I'm sure I'm butchering these names, but he is the clerk right now, and he was also the president in 2010, and he's been on the board since 2005. Judy Umek has been on the board since 1996, so she has been the member that's been on the board the longest out of these 5 people. She's served as a clerk and president many times throughout her time on the board. This is David Powell, and he has been on the board since July 2014. And lastly, we have Julie Olson, who is the newest member to the board. She has been here since November 2016. Now I just wanted to give a little overview of the district in general. So first, it's located in Santa Clarita Valley in northern Los Angeles County, and it has 15 schools that range from TK to 6, so it is an elementary school district only. Within these 15 schools, there's approximately 9,900 students attending as of this year, and the makeup of the students is 19% are low income, 12% are English learners, 4.4%, are foster youth, and 0.4 are homeless. We also have about 530 preschoolers that are enrolled in the various preschool locations that are held in these schools as well. Here's a graph showing the ethnic diversity. I found this on the Ed Data website. Basically, this is explaining that the Ethnic Diversity Index reflects how evenly distributed the students are among the race and ethnicity categories. And basically, the more evenly distributed they are, the higher the number. So the last few years, our district has been 48 to 50 for their index number. So that is a fairly well-rounded student body. As for the 12% of English language learners that we have on our campuses, Here's another graph found at EdData showing the 6 specified languages with along with one category to make up several other languages that just do not have a large enough percentage to show alone. These languages include Armenian, Korean, Spanish, Arabic, Filipino, and Mandarin. Spanish is the green, which is obviously the most predominant language that is spoken. The amount of English language learners range from 1,180 to 1,303 throughout the years that are shown on this bar graph, which is 2012 to 2017. This is kind of a random fact, but I found it interesting being a teacher in this district. This is a graph, again found on EdData, that shows the average class size in comparison to the county and to the state. So our lowest was 23 per average class size, and the highest being 30. But if you can see, the district is the orange line, and we are well above the county and state averages for all 4 years that are shown. So I thought that was pretty interesting. As for some important initiatives that are going on in this district right now, I talked to several of my fellow coworkers and other teachers from other schools in the district, as well as my personal knowledge of what is going on in the district. The big push is for implementation of PBIS, which is a positive behavior intervention and supports, which basically is a school-wide program focusing on positive reinforcement of behavior in all across the school. Technology integration, NGSS standards, ELD programs, and art integration, as well as an increased parent involvement. At my school site specifically, we're really trying to push more parent involvement, as we believe that it's really important. The more that parents are supportive and play active roles in their children's education, the better it is for the students. And also in recent events, national events, safety precautions have become a very hot topic in our district, in learning new ways and just the best ways that we can keep all of our students safe, and really focusing on being prepared for anything that could happen. Here is the academic progress section about this district. So the CAASPP, the testings, have shown that for the last 3 years, which is how long this test has basically been around, that we have overall improved from the first year, and all of this needs to be taken with a grain of salt, as we're still learning how to take these tests and give these tests. But from the first year to the last year, our students that have exceeded, which is our level 4, have increased by 6%, and the students that nearly met or did not meet the standards which were level 2 and 1, decreased. And you can see that with the colors, the pink and green are the level 2 and level 1, and they have significantly gone down as well as more students have been meeting and exceeding standards in English language arts. If you look at these compared to other districts, Castaic is a district that is close to us, and we are pretty close to the same achievement levels, as well as if you look at Los Angeles Unified, which is a much bigger district than us. However, you can see that we are a little bit higher achieving, having more students exceed. However, the demographics are significantly different, so that does need to be taken into account. Moving on to the mathematics results, we can see that the students that exceeded standards increased again by 4% from the first year to the last year, which is a great improvement, as well as the students that did not meet or nearly met has decreased by 3%. So more students are meeting standards, even if it is just meeting, which is great. And then again, comparing them to the Castaic Union at the top, which seems to be about the same as again with the, and then again with the Los Angeles Unified School District, where you can see that the math is something that they seem to struggle with, as the green part, which is the students did not meet expectation or did not meet standards, is quite large. Here are the SALT test results for the last school year for the Saugus Union School District, and for all of the students that were tested, which was 1,254 students last year, 18% of them were classified as advanced, 37% were classified as early advanced, 29% as intermediate, 10% as early intermediate, and 6% as beginning. So we really have a large percentage of our students in the intermediate and early advanced group, which is something to keep in mind when we are teaching these students and helping them grow in their language. As for the financial condition of this district, I looked at the LCAP. For the general fund budget, we had over $98,000 budgeted, and for the total funds budgeted for the planned actions and services to meet the goals in the LCAP year was over 11 million. The three goals that we are focusing on is goal number 1 was to increase student achievement. And this was all the way from language arts and math to reclassifying EL students to understanding science and visual and performing arts, and really getting them to build on their experiences from all those subject areas, increase physical fitness, as well as their understanding in the integration of technology and learning and assessment. For goal number 2, it is to increase meaningful and purposeful students and parent engagement. As I said before, one of our big focuses is to increase parent involvement in our schools, and we are focusing on this goal by decreasing truancies and chronic absences, suspensions, and expulsions, as well as meeting the specific needs for all of our students that are in foster system, economically disadvantaged, homeless students, ELLs, as well as the gifted and special needs students, and really making sure that our students and teachers have a sense of safety and school connectedness, because all of that really helps in bringing students, parents, and teachers all together for the best of our students. And lastly, goal number 3 is to provide an appropriate basic condition of learning. And this is really to make sure that our students have access to state standard based, as well as ensuring that all of the teachers in the district are appropriately credentialed, and that we are maintaining the properties and facilities that our students and teachers come to every day, just to make sure that the learning environment is a positive and encourages success. As for suggestions I have for this district, I have a personal investment in this district, so I have a little bit more personal suggestions, as because I have experiences in this district. I believe that something we really need to focus on is lessening the achievement gaps between schools in the district. There are several schools in this district that are very high achieving and are doing a great job. And then there are some schools in this district that are really struggling. And I think that it's important to work together and share resources and experiences in order to help all of our schools succeed and all of our students succeed. And because we are, even though 15 schools sounds like a lot, we are a smaller district in the sense of comparing to Los Angeles Unified. So we have the advantage of being able to really come together as a district and work together to achieve this. Another thing that I believe we need to work on is communication between levels and schools. Our district has a tendency to have a problem communicating between district to administrator to school levels, or just between schools. We need to be able to band together as a district and not just focus on site to site. We need to work together to have all of our schools and all of our students and staff be successful. And a key element to that is having open communication. And here are my references. If you click on the links, it'll take you exactly to the site about this district. I hope you learned a lot about Saugus Union School District. I know I sure did. Even though I grew up in this district, I learned a lot more about the fundamentals and the details that a lot of information is not publicly shared. I still think this is a great district, and I am very proud to be a part of it.